Alright, let's get started.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Being Bree. We are back. My hair is different. We're in a different area because I wanted some natural lighting in. People sometimes ask how I curl my hair. This is me sleeping on it. So I'm just kind of gonna refreshen it. Nothing too big. But I want to do another video about questions about me so you guys can kind of get to know me while I curl my hair and chit chat. I brought my water from Starbucks. This might be a lengthy video, so grab your coffee, grab your juice, grab your tea, whatever will satisfy you through this video, and we shall get started. I did get these questions from online. There are a lot of questions on here. I'll try to get through most of them, not all, because ain't nobody got time for that. Is your full name Cabria Marie Smith now, because I just got recently married. But my maiden name was Bridges. Where were you born and where did you grow up? So I was born in La Mesa, California, San Diego, born, raised. I should probably get started straightening, curling my hair. So I'm gonna put some conditioner on. What is the most important thing in your life? The most important thing for me, I would say, in my life is probably family. I would definitely say I'm a family person. I love getting together with our family. My grandma was very big on family being close and together and celebrating and getting together on the holiday, celebrating birthdays. So my mom comes from 6 siblings, I believe. She's 6, so there's 6 all together of them. And they all have, not all of them have kids, but we all get together on birthdays and holidays and play games on holidays and all that stuff. Still, all my aunts are still here in San Diego. So yeah, I would say family is probably my biggest thing. I'm trying to find the good questions, so it's not like the traditional, just like whatever. Do you have any tattoos? I find tattoos says, what is your funniest childhood memory? So when I was little, we weren't allowed to cuss at home. Yeah, so we weren't allowed to like say cuss words or just being respectful. My parents were old school, so there was no cussing in the house. So I took it upon myself. I knew cuss words because I have an older brother. I have an older brother who's 8 years older than me. So he was a teen when we were little, so of course he cussed. So I knew cuss words, but I knew I wasn't allowed to say them at home. So when I would get to school, that's when I would cuss. I remember being in 4th grade and me and my friends had a cussing club. I know that's crazy, but we would hide at the park where this gate from the door was that separated the school from like the neighborhood, because I legit lived like in the cul-de-sac right next to my elementary school. So we would hide over by that gate door and just cuss it up. Just throw all the cussing bombs and just go in for recess. How many boyfriends/girlfriends have you had? Only people probably that close to me know this, but I've had one. And I married that one. So yeah. And another question was, who was your first boyfriend? My first boyfriend was my husband. So there's that. Where are the different places you've traveled? Like, where have I been? I have been to Arizona. My mom's family is from Arizona. I have been to Iowa. My dad's family is from Iowa. I have been to Hawaii, Florida, New York, Florida for a friend's wedding, and then in Disney World. And then I've been to New York, which is where my husband's dad's side of the family is. I've been there 3 times. I've been to Mexico. We went to Cancun on our honeymoon, which that in itself is something, but I probably should do a story time about our honeymoon, because just getting to Cancun was just like a struggle in itself. This is a cute one, a childhood one. What did you want to be when you grew up? When I was little, and what I wanted to be when I grew up was I wanted to be a baby doctor. I didn't know the name of it when I was a kid, but now I know it's a gynecologist. And that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was obsessed with watching Birthday. My aunt would give me these books about pregnancy and read that book probably 5 times. Like, I was obsessed. And I think even now I probably would still do that. I wouldn't be a gynecologist, but I want to look into being like a doula or a midwife, more so on the doula side, because I'm interested in the postpartum. Like, I still to this day, like, I would say kind of my guilty pleasure, but not really guilty pleasure. I love watching labor and delivery videos, like birth videos. Like, I love them. And I also love watching like people's progression in their pregnancy videos, like their updates. Like, I will subscribe to a woman and watch her whole pregnancy updates until she gives birth, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my heart. But yes, I love babies. I love all of that has to do with it. Obsessed. There's some of your bad habits. I know one bad habit I've always had, and I know it's a bad habit, I've always had it, but I have this, I bite my nails. Animal scares you the most? On a realistic, because obviously I'm never gonna like encounter a lion, maybe if I go to Africa or something like that, but lions are beautiful, like I'm not scared of them. But animals that scare me, or like just, I don't like birds. I don't like birds. I'm scared of birds. Like them flying over me, or like just out of nowhere. I'm not a bird person. If you have a nickname, what is it? My cousin used to call me this name, and I actually, I hated it growing up. They would call me Cubby, because my name is Cabria. And I'd just be like, I don't know why. I just hated it so much. And then her grandfather would call me Cabrillo, because my name is Cabria, so it kind of goes with Cabrillo National Monument. So he would always call me Cabrillo, and I'm like, name is Cabria, like, that's not my name. But if I did have a nickname, Bree. My dad calls me Bree. People call me Bree. Mostly people call me Bree. My husband sometimes calls me Cubby because he knows it annoys me. My cousins call me Cubby. They know it annoys me, and then also, that's just what they called me when I was younger. This is a good one. I don't think a lot of people know about me, but what is a non-profit organization you would love to support? Probably like orphanages, or even like sex trafficking. Missionary trip for an orphanage would be awesome. What did you do on your last birthday? So my last birthday, actually, I went on my honeymoon for my last birthday. So we went to Cancun. That was fun. That was a whole experience. Maybe I'll do a video on that, or maybe I'll just talk about it here. So we went to Cancun, me and my husband. Sorry, my dog is barking because things are going on outside. But we went to Cancun for 3 days. We were supposed to go for 4 days. A mishap happened. And yeah, so we ended up only going for 3 days. I actually arrived on my birthday, and it was fun. Like, it was really fun. It was the first time me and my husband went out international. It was the first time I went out international with a passport and stuff. So that was a great experience. I held a shark, which was terrifying. And I went to Cancun, into Mexico. Children. What religion will you raise your children to be? Christian. Me and my family are Christian. This question is, are you good with change? No. I used to think, like, I get excited about new things and blah blah blah, but like big changes or big things happening and like I can't control them, I don't like them. It's a lot. Like, I don't take it very well. I get really anxious about change or making decisions. Like, I'm very indecisive. That goes into another thing. What is your sign? I am a Libra. I am a true Libra. Like, I'm so indecisive. I'm so, like, everything needs to balance. Everything needs to be fair. Everything needs to make sense. Like, definitely. I'm over here talking and forgetting to curl my hair for you guys. But, yeah, so, change is not, I don't like change very much. Unless it makes sense and it's comfortable, and I have talked it through. I have all that stuff, which I wish I was better. I wish that is a flaw of mine that I wish I was better at. I wish I was way better at change and just making my own decisions and not worried about what people think. Not even that people even care to think about it, but like just do. I'm trying to get better at that. Getting better at change, getting better at making decisions for myself with my own mind. That is like my 2019 goal. I said 2018, I meant 2019 goal. Get better at that. Like, I'm working on it. What scares you about aging? Look-wise, that doesn't scare me. Like, you age, whatever, you get wrinkles, it's cool. Like, that doesn't scare me. I think aging and like knowing you don't have a lot of time left, or like that or so much time has passed that you didn't do what you wanted to do in that time. That's probably what's scary. Like, time, when it comes with aging, that's what scares me. Because even like me and my husband will sit and we'll be like, dang, like so much has happened in 5 years. It doesn't feel like it, but so much has happened, and we've grown so much older in these 5 years. Everyone, obviously, but it's just like mind-blowing to think like 5 years has passed, and like, I don't know, it's just like, it's scary thinking of like time just passing and like you not fulfilling the things that you want to do in your life. So I think those would probably be the scariest things about aging. Ooh, a funny one. What is the most embarrassing thing? Most embarrassing moment? I would say probably, I mean, I feel like I get embarrassed a lot. Like, I'm very sensitive when it comes to that, but like, I'm like, my big thing, I'm like, I do not want to be embarrassed. But I've been embarrassed. What's something I would say, I remember 6th grade year. I feel like 6th grade, middle school is just an embarrassing time of life. But 6th grade, I was really into these boho, like long flowy skirts. Back then, they weren't really a thing. Now boho is a thing and coming back and stuff like that. But I wore this long flowy skirt that I like loved. It was white and pink, and it was just so cute. And then I wore these flip-flops with these little heels. And I was just strutting my stuff at school. And at school, at lunch, they have those 10 tables or whatever, like the metal tables. And I'm sitting there with my friends, like with the popular girls, whatever, or this clique that I was in. And I was sitting there, I don't think anybody saw, but I think I felt like somebody saw, but I was sitting there, we were all chatting about boys or like stuff like that. And I stand up, and it's flip-flop heels, like thong flip-flop heels with, yeah. So I sit up, and sure enough, Cabria Marie Bridges has to have a moment. She has to. I was always a clumsy person. So I sit up, and of course that little heel catches onto my skirt, and as I stand up, my whole skirt just falls in the middle of lunch outside. And in California, I don't think we have indoor schools, but basically where I am in Southern California, I think we only have one, but most of our schools are outdoors. So everyone's just outdoors in the quad, and my skirt just falls down. So I sit down, and I pull it back up, and sure enough, it happens again. I sit back up, and my heel gets in my skirt, and sure enough, my whole skirt just falls down in front of everybody. What a life. This is a good one. Do you have a lot of acquaintances or just a very few close friends? I think I have a lot of both, but I think that's just my own like protection thing. So I have very few, like I can count on my hand how many friends I have, like close friends I have. But acquaintances, I have a lot of acquaintances. Like, it's like, yeah, we're nice, cordial, talk, we've had memories together, we probably used to be really close, so talk, get along, cool, you're an acquaintance. But as far as like really, really close friends that know my personal life and that come over and like whatever, I can count on my hand. And most of them are family members. Do you sing in the shower? Yes, every single time. I don't sing, I perform. I perform for the world to not see, but I pretend like they can. Keep forgetting to curl my hair. I don't know how these beauty gurus be doing this, because I just get so distracted. What is your best characteristic? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say I'm really nice and really sweet, but I would take that as far as like, I feel like my best characteristic is I'm a very thoughtful person. Like, I love seeing other people happy, and I love that I'm able to listen as a friend and then cater to that. So I would say my best characteristic is I'm a very thoughtful person, which in return makes why people say I'm sweet or whatever. This question is, what would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I don't know what they would name me, but let's like reverse that question. What would my name be if it wasn't Cabria? So I've heard like my name would have been like Tatiana or whatever, but my name was actually, I don't think they even had a name for me until like I was born. Maybe my mom can clarify that, I don't know. But from the stories I've heard, like my name was made up like days before, and my dad named me. So he gave me my first name, and then my middle name is my grandmother's middle name. And I think all the first girls, if I'm correct, on my dad's side have Marie as a middle name. What is your biggest accomplishment? Right now would probably be like getting married and like doing that and like figuring out how to survive California because the prices are crazy. Like I would say that's probably my biggest accomplishment, and doing that in, like, I was terrified moving out of my parents' house, but just like doing that in spite of, I would say. But probably at a younger age, my biggest accomplishment, I would say like my senior year. My senior year was really tough. Like I lost all of my friends based off of something that I did. I can't not say that, but I lost a lot of my friends in senior year, even personal friends outside of school. So I want to say that was technically my fault, but my friends in school, like I lost a lot of them and had to regain new friends and like find out what I like to do. And even in that, I like did my first play, which in person, I'm a really shy and introverted person. Like I don't put myself out there, like like I dance and stuff like that, but that took a lot of like getting used to and like just doing it. But being in a play and acting was not my thing, like nope. So to do that and like not really care about what people think, yeah, I didn't have a huge role, but I did it and was scared as heck doing it. Like I remember it was actually, what play was it? It was The Wiz, and I was the yellow brick road. But like to sing and act, and like I don't sing, I don't act all the time. I mean, I can hold a note here and there, but I'm not like this singer or whatever. So to do that and to dance and like all that stuff, maybe I have like some pictures I'll put in. But to do that, like after, and I remember like in the middle of doing it, like we had to crouch down because in between scenes being the yellow brick road, like I remember like welling up and crying and being so happy that I'm like, Cabria, you're actually doing this in front of like people, like a whole bunch of people, even all the people that like old friends that aren't your friends anymore, and like just doing that. And I don't know, I feel like that's a huge accomplishment, like to do something that you're afraid of, that you thought you would never do but always wanted to do thing. So I would say like that's a huge accomplishment like when I was younger. But just like even bringing that into now, just doing things that like I was afraid of doing and just doing them and doing them afraid. So that's a big accomplishment for me I would say. Here's my dog, Zoe. I called you earlier. It's Zoe. You want to say hi to the people? Say hi. This is Zoe. This is my baby. Hi, mama. Let me go. Okay, no, I don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna stay right here. You're more inclined to build your own empire or unleash the potential in others? Both. I think both, right? Like, I feel like but it depends on what your empire is about. Like, me and my husband are like very into like, we're into like showing what we love and wanting to inspire. And I think when you show yourself and your raw, authentic self, it allows people to unleash their potential in themselves. So I think when you do the things that you love, which is, doing the things that you love, grows your empire and also gives other people the potential to unleash their potential in themselves. Like, so I think those two kind of go together, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Are you high maintenance? Depends on who you ask. Done wanding. I was getting distracted with the questions here and there, so I don't know how people do that all at the same time. Let's do a few more questions now that my hair's done and I'm not as distracted curling it. If you had more courage, what would you do different in your life? If I wasn't so, I'm very scared about a lot of things. If I wasn't so scared, I think I would do more adventurous stuff. Like, I would do more, like, jump out of the plane, swim with the dolphins. I've been horseback riding, but I don't think I would do it again. Like, I would do more ocean stuff too. Like, I think the ocean is so pretty, but it's scary. Just do more adventurous stuff when I'm like on vacation, and like take more action in that stuff. I think if I had more courage to do that type of stuff, those are the things that I would do. You could eliminate one weakness or limitation in your life, what would it be? Probably like my cautiousness. Like I said prior to the courage question before, like probably just less hesitation and just, I wish I was more like, just do things. Like I wish I didn't always second guess or think or doubt or like have those type of things. Like I wish I would just kind of like face things head on, which I'm like also glad I'm not like that. So, but in this thing, in limitations, like I know that characteristic of mine limits me from things, because I tend to be like, I don't know if I should do it, and I have to ask 20,000 people before I do it. I would delete that. Question. So this is our last question for the day. Have you forgiven yourself for personal failures? Why or why not? That's a little like, whoo, it's a little deep, but we're gonna end it on this note. Honestly, honestly, no, because I would say that I'm very hard on myself, and I know I should forgive myself in those things, and failure is a big thing that I've had to like wrestle with. And recently, I mean, not recently, but lately I've realized like, Bria, you're a perfectionist, and a lot of things you don't try because you think that you're gonna fail in them, and I don't think that's a way to live. It's not, it's stressful, and it brings on a lot of anxiety and a lot of like things you don't think. That's just being way too hard on yourself, and I know I'm very hard on myself. I think now I think recently in the past couple months I've been like, okay, Cabria, like use failure as a catapult to succeed. Don't use it as something to hold you back from, and I know that I have done that. So I would say that I am starting to forgive myself in my past failures. Am I happy with them? No. Do I wish that I never did those things, or that those weren't failures in my life, or that I didn't put that big burden of failure on me? No, I wish I never did that. But I know that I have lived my life not forgiving myself for those things, and just being like, why did you do that? Why did you do it that way? Or why blah 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 blah, because all these different things, and it's like, you shouldn't talk to yourself like that. Like, life is life, you make mistakes and you're supposed to grow from them. And so I would say that I'm starting to forgive myself on those things in the past couple months. But yeah, so guys, that will be the end of my video. I finished wanding my hair to the best of my abilities. I kept on getting distracted. That is another thing that I need to work on. This is the end of my video. Thanks for coming back, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, my legs are dead. And yes, I'm wearing pajamas. Getting it, girl. Always. You won't stop. Can't stop.